What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of What is Health. Today is a special episode. We're going to talk about my endocrine system, my hormone blood test levels on 3 years of being keto. Alright guys, so this is a very special episode. I'm super excited about this. I've been wanting to get this out there for a while, but the time wasn't right, but now here we are. I was able to go and get my blood tests. I did not go to my doctor. I use this place called Any Lab Test Now. Pink. Really cool place. You do pay out of pocket. I think they may cover some insurance. I don't know, but you can go on their website and then you can put in your zip code and it will tell you if one's nearby. And it's just an easy way to get your blood test. I really like it. So I went there and I got my thyroid, my testosterone, and my estrogen. The reason being is because I have been doing endurance training and we noticed that I was having some side effects of low thyroid, and so we started taking some thyroid supplements, things like that, because we wanted to see if that would help kind of alleviate these symptoms, which it did. And I'm really upset that I didn't take the time to get these tests early on in my marathon training, but it is what it is. We are here now. So I wanted to know, okay, I've been keto for 3 years. I've bodybuilt 2 preps. I've done 2 preps as a bodybuilder. And then right after, during my reverse diet of my last one, I started marathon training. This was roughly, it was in May, so maybe 6 months ago. So I wanted to see, after 6 months of training and going through all the marathon training injuries and stuff like that, which you can see a couple, there's a video I just put in the corner there, of, where I've hurt myself. I was curious, okay, with all these things going on, and now that I'm at a place where I've been resting, I've been focusing on recovery properly, where am I at? And I thought it'd be good for you guys too, because I know oftentimes people are worried about thyroid hormone and things like that when they're on keto. So I was interested to see, what my numbers looked like now that I've been keto for 3 years and I'm in kind of stressful environment, things like that. So we're going to dive into it. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to be looking at it on my phone. So bing. All right. I'm really excited about this. I was pleasantly surprised. So let's talk about estrogen. So estradiol, I had 25.4, which I believe to be on the lower end. It's so for men, you want it less than 60.7, and I am way under that. I'm, less than half of less than. If half of that would be less than 30, I'm at 25.4. So that is amazing. I really like that. And so I thought that was really, really cool. Values in the range of 17 to 25 may demonstrate increased in precision. That's interesting. So I'm glad I am above that range, barely. So TSH, third generation, is 1.61, which is right in the middle, roughly. It's a little bit less than right in the middle, so average, of 0.4 to 4.1. I'm happy with that. T4, which is one I was really interested in, 7.1, which is higher than I was expecting. It's really nice. It's almost right smack in the middle, average, which I'm happy about. T uptake, 36.1, very much on the higher end of the spectrum here. I actually haven't done a lot of studying on the T uptake part of things, so I'd be interested to hear y'all's notes. I'm going to do some more studying on it as well and see what I can find. And then testosterone. Let's get into testosterone. Oh, let me talk about thyroid real quick. Let me get ahead of myself. I am happy with my thyroid numbers. I am average on everything, and then my T uptake is higher than normal, and I think that this really goes to show the benefit of a ketogenic diet, and that keto doesn't always tank your thyroid hormones if you do it right. I have been doing targeted carbohydrates for my runs, but it still isn't a lot. I'm still staying under 50 grams of carbs a day most days, and so and most days I'm doing strict keto, so maybe twice a week do I do this targeted carb, and most of those it's still under 50. It's just it's the source. I just go from leafy green veggies to maybe a sweet potato. So I wouldn't see that would do an extreme impact on my thyroid level. So, and I've had my thyroid taken before this on keto when I was a year or 2 years into it, and my thyroid was fine then too. So I don't think that strict keto just wrecks your thyroid. I think that there's other things that come into play. I think that when we see thyroid lower in someone doing ketogenic diet, we also have to look at, are they a female? Do they have a very intense cycle? For men, are you doing endurance training? Because I think that there's more of like a cortisol relationship going on there, because cortisol strips nutrients from metabolizing hormones or metabolic hormones as well as sex hormones to be able to make more of that, because it's not interested in metabolizing energy or reproducing as much as it is interested in getting away from the tiger that it thinks you're trying to run from. So understand that there's a relationship there. So there could be a lot more going on. That's why it's important to get with somebody that can look at those things and figure out exactly what you need. But all in all, super happy about my thyroid. I'm super happy about my estrogen too. I was worried about my estrogen. Maybe I was estrogen dominant, something like that. But I actually tend to be on the lower end of the spectrum. I do know that not enough estrogen, even in men, is a bad thing because it helps dump and flush glucose out of your blood. And so if you're having a hard time bringing glucose down, you could have low estrogen. True story. Like too low. Like anything below like 15, I think, is a little too low, even for men. So make sure your estrogen's not too low, which is a fun fact. All right, let's get into testosterone. So my total testosterone is 603 out of a range of 300 to 1080. It's a little bit less than average, right in the middle. I'm not super happy with that number. I've had it up to 800 before, but I'm not super upset with that number, right? Like it's still above average, and as we get into the free testosterone, as you can already see, I'm really happy with that number. So I'm not super upset about the total testosterone, right? Because it is still higher. It's way better than where it was 5 months ago. Post prep, I think it was like 150. So I'm good. I'm happy. I'm not really upset about that. It is what it is. If I can get it up, I might start taking some more adaptogens. I know what I can take to get it up. Do I want to waste the money on those things just to see a higher total testosterone number? No, not if it's necessarily not going to benefit me, especially if my free is already really high. Because my free is, for those of you that don't know, free testosterone is what actually gets used to create, muscle and, what stimulates those anabolic receptors. So even if you have a lot of total, if you don't have a lot of free testosterone, you're not going to see the benefits of that total. So the fact that I have a high total, or an average total, but I have a high free is beneficial, right? So I'm not over stressing about that. And then, so sex hormone binding globulin, 43.8, which is below 55, which is good. I was at 68, so it's come way down, which is good, which is really exciting, right? Because if my sex hormone binding globulin is 43 and my estrogen is 25, that's good, because people don't realize that sex hormone binding globulin both frees up both testosterone and it frees up estrogen. And so oftentimes what we'll see is if we don't have something that we use like DIM, or we're eating cruciferous vegetables or things that have DIM that metabolizes estrogen, when we don't flush estrogen well, we'll see an increase in both free testosterone and estrogen if we ingest aromatizers, which are things that free up that sex hormone binding globulin. So I'm really happy to see that even though I was taking adaptogens during a season to free that up, that we see a higher free testosterone, but we don't see a higher estrogen. That's a really good thing for me. That means that even though I'm freeing both of those molecules up, the estrogen that's being freed is also being metabolized. And so it's not staying in my blood, but it's being excreted. Awesome. And then we get to the free testosterone, my favorite part. Free testosterone is 109, right? So it is right smack dab in the middle. I love having free testosterone over 100. Because if you think about it, that means 15%, almost 20% of all my testosterone is freed to be used for anabolic processes. That's amazing. When you see those real genetic freaks, they tend to have really high free testosterone. Like even if they, let's say I've seen people with total testosterone of 500, and people are like, oh, well, there's no way that test is real. Well, look at their free testosterone. What if their free testosterone is 200, 250? It could totally be real. That's an obnoxious amount of free testosterone. That's going to create some extreme anabolic responses because so much of the testosterone is freed up, right? So it's not just about total. It's about how much of that total testosterone is freed up in the blood, because that's going to affect mood, sex drive, muscle creating abilities, all that fun stuff. So all in all, I am super happy about this. I'm super happy about this. I think that it shows that the ketogenic diet is not a detrimental thing to the endocrine system. I think that it shows that me doing targeted keto is not detrimental to my system. I think it shows that if we give our bodies time to rest and repair and recover, that our hormones respond promptly. And it's nice, right? I'm eating maintenance calories right now, 3,000 calories, and I'm not seeing anything go down, which I'm super happy about that. I'm not seeing my weight fluctuate, I'm not gaining weight, right? I'm holding my weight steady, eating plenty of food. And plus, these hormones give me the green light to start my endurance cut. I'm going to start losing weight in a healthy way to get ready for my first marathon. So that's exciting. So get ready for that, guys. A new vlog series is about to start. A lot is about to come. So if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. You're going to get a lot of information about endurance training, about cardio, about, you know, losing weight in a more manageable way than just a bodybuilding type style. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video if you want somebody to see that hormones do not necessarily tank on a ketogenic diet. I love you guys. Till next time.